Okay, there we go. It is 6 o'clock, and this is the Monday, August 25th, 2025, meeting of the Franklin Library Board of Trustees. I'm going to take attendance here. This is Maria Imp, Annie Oklubgia,
Present.
Amanda Pound is excused, Christopher Dahl,
Here.
Terrence Barris,
Here.
Lauren Rosso is excused, Alan Alexandrovich.
Here.
Mike Karlovic.
Here.
And Jason Craig is excused. There are no visitors, no public comment, and we are hopefully going to have a short meeting. So let's
Our record.
go. I know, right? So we're going to look at the minutes of last month's meeting from July 28th, 2025. Any questions or comments?
Make a motion to approve them as written.
Second.
That was Mike and Alan. Any other further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Okay, moving on to our finance report.
Okay, Fund 15, I saw nothing unusual about the invoices that we're proposing to be paid, so I'm looking for an approval for $14,759.52.
I make a motion to approve.
I will second it. That was Annie and Maria. Any other questions about those?
Smells like the heat's on.
What's that?
It smells like the heat's on like that.
That's
Well,
right.
it's warm in here.
Brand new boilers.
Ah,
Oh,
Oh, they're in? So are they running? Because I was dumb enough to not change.
okay, all in favor of it?
Aye.
Okay, anybody opposed, abstain, motion carries?
Fund 16 invoices are $2,379.39, and I saw nothing unusual about them
Yeah.
either.
I make a motion we approve.
I will second it again. That's Annie and Maria. Any other questions about that little one? The little? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstain? Motion carries.
Okay, treasurer's report. The financial statements were in incredibly good shape. Not a whole lot of things missing. A few things posted in June that weren't there when we went over the financials. I made those adjustments, and
Okay.
let me leave it at
Yep.
that. Fund 15, our revenue is 96.98% of the budget. Expenditure is 52.78% of the budget. June represents 58.08% of the budget, so,
Actually, July.
and July does too.
So
So hard to
we
get
need
good
to,
help.
that's just a little minor. Thanks for catching that, Mike.
Yeah.
The July report.
Sorry, I didn't.
The summer
catch
just
that.
got away from us.
I know.
And the expenditures are as anticipated.
Super.
Fund 16, revenue 61.15% of the budget. The refunds and reimbursements, I'm just kind of leaving this comment out there month after
Yeah.
month. This is money we receive from the Library Foundation. And total expenditures are 48.2% of the budgets. Expenditures as anticipated. Cash register report was perfect as expected.
We're gonna have to throw a party if it's ever not.
Now, I'm taking a
No
look
lynching.
I'm taking a look at page 6 on Fund 15. And we got library materials of $7,600,680.
Not true, because they keep posting things from the prior month back into it. And for me to calculate what is the amount I need to increase in June, I added 3 decimal places there.
To the seats.
Oh, there's decimal places.
Yeah.
Ah.
And everywhere else, no, we don't carry any
Description
pennies. But when I have to make these adjustments, I have to back into it. So you'll see the electric bill is 34 million.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
good catch.
Well, it's hard to tell the difference between the commas and the periods. It sometimes, thanks.
I'm just looking at the refunds from the foundation.
Yeah.
We've only gotten $2,800 refunded back. Why is that?
Well, they paid, so they directly paid for the all computers.
Oh, okay.
And then I don't think Brittany and Sarah have given me, they haven't, the foundation hasn't paid for the summer reading program
Okay.
yet.
All right.
So that'll be in quarter 3 that we get the check.
Okay. Yeah, because we have a meeting next week, so, okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions on the financials? Then we have the credit card report, and there was nothing that jumped out on, largest number was programming supplies. In July, you'd expect to have programs going, so, and it was one of our lower months, so that looked good too.
So summer program's done? Okay, do they usually finish like middle of the month or like?
End of July.
End of July.
But they
Oh,
also,
wow.
they carry over, they
Okay.
have some in August too. It's just the bulk of them are in June and July. But they used to just not have anything in August, but then they started, because there are people around, so there's still kids out of school, so they
Yeah.
do still have
Yeah, for
programs.
So if I understand it, the official summer reading programs in the brochure that align with the theme of the nation
Yeah.
are done by the end of July, but they have
Yes.
always add things in.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's really nice.
Okay, if there are no more questions, that sums my report.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Alan? All right. We're moving on to new business, agenda item 6, discussion and possible action regarding a quote for the library lights that were not included in the original scope of the work.
So I did not hear from Danielle today.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how much information I can give, except for, there was, okay, so it was worse than 12,200.
Okay.
Because evidently there were quite a few lights that were not counted
Okay.
when they went
So
through.
this is like a total redo of some things as opposed to just replacing, what?
Bulbs, yeah.
Yeah, so our can lights are fluorescent now.
Mm-hmm.
And to change them over to LED, just the can lights would be would be the 12,200. I don't know how you guys feel about that, because, it would take so long to like recoup any.
Yeah, because fluorescents
Savings.
are pretty efficient.
Well, and
Incandescent
will
are.
those cans handle LED bulbs?
No, that's why.
That's why we have to convert them.
That's why we have to
That's why it's
convert 'em.
$12,000.
Wow.
They'll do fixtures.
Well, until you can't get fluorescent bulbs anymore, which is like now.
Why can't you?
Are you talking like long fluorescent bulbs?
No, the
No.
canned
the
light,
cans.
like these here.
Right.
Those.
You're not, you can't get incandescent bulbs, so it's to get the fluorescent types anymore.
That you just screw in?
I don't think you're gonna be able to see those things manufactured much anymore.
Since we don't have the full information from Danielle, could you check with
Joe.
Joe? Thank you, Joe 2.0, and ask him about that. My concern is this year and the budget and all of that. It may not be the greatest year to do it. On the other hand, how often are they replacing those?
Actually, we're running very well according to budget.
They're
Okay.
they're
How many places are there
It's-
can lights? Because in
some of
the
it's the
situation
ballast.
here, like, we don't even have them on, do we
Right.
Well,
care?
ballasts. So they're ballasts that have to be replaced
Right,
too. So
right.
it's like more
It's
than
like
just
more than just a,
unscrewing
yeah.
a
No,
light.
no. But to Mike's point,
Yeah.
if we're not going to be able to get the bulbs, if we need them,
I don't know how often. Like so I tried these earlier when I came in. I'll show you.
I
So there's a
don't
lot that aren't working.
I put an LED bulb,
Yeah,
you could
we-
put an LED bulb in that lamp.
We put LED bulbs in our can
Sure.
lights,
Yeah.
like switched them for
Yeah,
regular.
yeah.
Are you sure you can't just?
yeah,
I'm just the
messenger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah.
tells you, so you believe them, right?
Because
Because
they're
that-
just like
Well,
regular.
They're
I'm not-
supposed to be
they're
more in the
the
know,
bulb.
right? Yeah.
They're
Right.
just regular bulbs.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be able to just switch the bulb?
It might have something to do with the ballasts. They always talk about ballasts with
Yeah,
me, and I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh, they're just trying to trick you.
But
They
anyway,
don't
we
know
can
how
we can
to
table.
change it.
We might want to.
I was just going to
Okay.
suggest that. So
I'll have more information from Danielle because she said, well, it kind of gave me a little hope. 'Cause She was like, oh, Kelly, the mayor, and I are talking on this, and I hope to have an answer for you before your meeting on Monday.
But honestly, if we can put a LED bulb in there, then
Why would
why replace the
But I
whole
feel
fixture?
like-
But I feel like
I
yes.
feel like
the
there's more
ballast.
to this story than just unscrewing.
all right.
Ooh, and Joe 2.0.
I don't think these kind of have
But we can
balance.
find out.
Well,
if he
you don't
doesn't
need it.
And I know, right? All right, I move that we table this discussion.
Okay,
Do I have a do we need
Second.
do we need to vote on that? Where's our,
I think so.
okay.
okay, so,
You, we can make a motion.
me and Alan. All right, all in favor of
Aye.
table? Anybody opposed or abstain? Okay, we will gather more information on that for next time. All right. We are moving on to the policy review, and I had met with Lauren last week or the week before, just to do the introduction to being a board member, and realized that, you know, we've been so efficient with going through our policies that we don't need to as much anymore, except some of our new members, it might be helpful to go through some of these policies. And Jennifer also agreed that the meeting room policy needed to be looked at because they were suggesting some changes anyway. So
Yeah,
Lo
Andy.
and behold.
do have the meeting room policy on here. But before we start this, Jennifer, could you just go through the process? If I want to book a meeting room and I am a condo association and I go onto the website, how does this work?
We go onto the FPL website,
Yep.
the meeting rooms, and then you open up, you go to, it's basically local hot.
Gotcha.
You have to create an account.
Okay. And then I
and
book
then
the
you Book the
room.
room.
And
And
do
then Andy gets the,
gotcha. And then he then
he
tells
looks at it and then
okay.
he lets them know he accepts it or
Okay.
doesn't. And then he sends them so they get an invoice
Okay.
to pay, and they can go online and pay,
Okay.
or they can pay by check or cash here in the library.
But you have to set up an account, even if you.
Oh, yeah.
Even if
Well,
this is a one-time thing.
It's not super hard. It's
No.
basically like your name, your phone number, it's like super simple.
It is very simple because in order to do anything on Local Hop, to sign up for a program, I guess even if you do it in person with a librarian,
Yeah.
you need an account. So that part's not the big.
It's a one time, once
Yeah.
you're in there, it's, yeah.
You have a library
Yeah.
card number. It's kind of like that.
Yep.
But I guess my question is payment due? When is payment due? Because there was an issue recently. That's why this is coming up.
Well,
Is payment due at the time of booking? Is payment due 14 days ahead of time, 7 days ahead of time, the day
It's-
of? I mean,
so
Is
we've
that-
always,
Is that in here?
it is now.
it is now. Okay.
So that was Andy's issue, was that we don't really have anything, like we just said, okay, you have to pay for it before you use it, right? But we had an issue with a group that didn't pay, didn't show up, and then sent Andy a request for another room.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I told Andy, you cannot approve the new request until they pay for the old one, because they didn't give us any notice. And
Okay.
they didn't show up and they didn't pay, so.
So
we
that
started-
is
and
addressed
then-
now in here.
And then we started talking about,
Yeah.
well, it's not really in the meeting room policy.
Okay. So that is the change we see, actually, that change.
I don't see anything in the change in the policies that talks about when the fees are due.
Yes, see, that's why I'm asking about the process. And it says you can't book another time until you pay for the previous time.
Right.
But that would be the one thing that I would like to see in here.
Well-
That payment is due X amount of days before,
Well, if we look at page 19 to 24, where it says all fees are payable by blah, 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 why don't we just add in there at the time of booking the room and be done with it?
A lot of the groups do bring the checks or people bring the checks when they come in for their meetings.
We're setting a policy here, so, you know, if that's what they did, but now it's changing, then you have to specify when the thing is that you, and what if they don't come with a check? And you have like 10 people that are gonna be in the meeting, then what?
or like this one group that didn't pay, so no one else could have booked the room. And so now they have to pay before they can book it again, and they say, well, we'll just go meet someplace else. And I mean, it's not like a huge amount that we're out for that one.
Would it be a problem
But-
in saying that this stuff is payable by something other than cash or check?
They can pay by credit card through local
Credit
hop.
card.
Yes.
With a $5 fee.
Right, but that's stated, yes. I guess I'm wondering if we say within 7 days of making the reservation, or do people,
I would say 7 days prior to the event.
Okay,
Payment must be made in full, otherwise your event is canceled.
okay.
It,
Is that enough time for someone else to book it though? Or should we do yeah, see, I guess I'm just asking that
I mean,
question.
how often does that problem come up?
Yeah, that somebody, two
Is that-
groups want it the same day, or somebody books it at the last minute within a week.
Oh, we have that.
Oh,
We have that.
okay, so if
But
somebody.
they can pay right away, right?
Well, yeah, so if Annie says if you don't pay and it's 7 days prior to your meeting is canceled, and it's, somebody could come and say, oh, I want to use this, this weekend, or, Saturday morning, and it would be opened up.
Are we trying to change a policy for one event? I mean, how often does it happen that people don't pay? We got this one now.
Oh, yeah, not very often.
I mean,
Yeah,
not very often, like.
like
how-
hardly ever, like rare.
In a year, we have one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I mean, I
then
think
it's not an issue.
the fees should be paid before, though.
I guess that's my point.
And we always did require that they pay before. Like, but sometimes they would show up with a check that day. They're coming for their meeting and they bring the check with them.
That is before.
Yeah, but that gives them the opportunity to say, oh, 7 people from our condo association are sick, so we're just gonna cancel tonight.
But she
Mm,
just
that's
said
the-
that happens once a year.
Right,
So that's
right.
not that big of a deal.
Okay,
Yeah. And and if they're telling you the same day that they have the meeting, and it's not 24 hours, and our policy says you still have to pay for the room.
Right. Now, when we talk about a lack of meeting room space, are we talking about for like little meetings, or are we talking about meetings like this?
I think we only have fees for Phaedro in this room.
Yeah, there's no any fees for the study rooms.
Right, but I'm just saying, do we have an issue where if there's, somebody would really like to have the meeting room, but they can't, and now, are we talking about that type of meeting room space being highly, or is it just the little stuff?
Like
What's the little stuff?
the little meetings,
Like
the
the
study
study
rooms.
Study rooms.
Study room, there's a fee for those.
Yeah, that's more. Those are harder to get than
Okay,
during some times of the year than.
so if we make a 7-day, then you have to pay 7 days in advance, that's not, shouldn't be a problem.
Well, they can pay online if they want to, or they can mail a check.
Jennifer, I thought you just said 2 minutes ago that there's no fee for study rooms.
There's a.
No, she's talking about this now. I guess
Talk about this now.
I when I was talking to Jennifer about this, to make a reservation without having to pay is kind of
Very
odd. I mean, I would think something would be due at the time.
Are you talking about reserving a study room?
No,
No.
this
No,
is meeting
Phaedro or
rooms.
Seaver.
Just
Okay.
Phaedro and Seaver. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was asking about how often there are double bookings. There are multiple people for study rooms. That happens a lot.
Right. But those are not reservable.
Those
Yeah.
Or not.
paid for.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, we could say you have to pay within 7 days of reserving.
Or 7 days prior to the event. That's what
Calendar
Andy
days,
suggested.
calendar days,
Yeah.
7 calendar days.
Do you run into anything where people they have a group of people, but they're outside, not out in the main part of the building, our building, and, so they have 4 or 5 people doing a little study thing for them? Just
Oh
do-
yeah, sometimes.
And
Yeah.
it's just informal,
Yeah.
and they just don't speak too loudly, that kind
Right.
of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the meeting room policy is a policy for the larger spaces, like Phaedro and Sievert. And on page 17, it lists like the order of that the request shall be considered, like if the health department has a big meeting with other health departments in the area and they want to use Phaedro, or county, state, US government things, nonprofits, and then other organizations. So we're talking about larger groups in our larger meeting rooms. The Franklin Public Schools just use this room at the beginning of the year. It's that kind of thing. So we charge for those rooms. So we're just trying to, as often happens, something happens and we take a look at our policy and we adjust it. So there was a no pay, no show, no call, no nothing, and we had the room reserved and ready for this group, and they didn't show, they didn't pay. So now we're considering adjusting the policy. So that's, so there were two changes made on page 18. That wasn't really related. It was just giving some definition to nonprofit rental
Well,
rate.
as well as specifying that they have to show proof of 501c3
Exactly.
status,
Yep.
which to me makes sense.
Yep, and then the, on page 19, it just, again, defines the ways that payment is accepted. And then on page 20 is really the wording that was added to address possible issues like this in the future. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. I'm glad it doesn't.
Andy stays on top of it.
Yes. But again, like, a Girl Scout troop wants to use it in February and they all have the flu, so they cancel and they don't bring payment, So I am surprised it doesn't happen more often. I'm glad it doesn't, but,
Well, I think with adding the 7 days before with those big meeting rooms on page 19, and then leaving the other ones alone, seems to be fine to me.
I also think that if you're gonna cancel a reservation, it should be 72 hours. 24 hours is, if it's 72 hours, we can rebook it, right? 20
Potentially, if somebody happens. I don't know that they
would
too
know.
often would book a room, possibly, but probably wouldn't happen very often. But we can change it to 72 hours.
So, for the first line in red, groups wishing to cancel a reservation must notify the library at least 72 hours,
Why 72 in?
because we can rebook it.
We can rebook it.
I was thinking 48, but 70.
48 is fine too,
Just
24 hours,
more than 1 day's notice,
Yeah.
you're thinking?
Do we have a waiting list?
No.
And nobody ever asked to be put on a waiting list? So the chances of rebooking are slim to
lot of-
non-existent?
Yeah, because a lot of the businesses that are using it who are paying, they need to know they have a room
Yeah.
Right.
Much-
Weeks in advance.
weeks in advance, because they
Yeah.
might be, like, Lori used it.
Well, they're sending out
She's
invitations
yeah.
for people to come,
Right.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah, you're definitely
Yeah.
gonna book that in advance.
So 24/72 shouldn't make any difference at all.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, and I don't care if we change it to
Yeah.
72.
Yeah, or 48.
Why don't we just, so are we changing that one or not?
Well, if it very rarely happens, and it doesn't really make that much difference whether it's 24, 48, or 72, let's leave it on the short end. I think
Yeah.
it's more welcoming.
Yes.
Good point.
And then if it becomes an issue, then we revisit it.
Okay.
So probably one of the reasons we did 24 hours is because we have set up,
Right.
So as long as they cancel, we don't set it up. So that's,
And 24 hours is enough time.
yeah.
Right.
And
Okay.
24 hours notice is enough time for us to say, hey,
Okay.
don't set up the meeting room.
Okay, so we'll leave that one, and then if they don't cancel, if they cancel under 24 hours, the paid rental fees will not be refunded.
Right.
And then an unpaid rental fee is still due even if the group cancels less than 24 hours. Well, okay, that one might be a moot point if we're requiring payment though 7 days in advance.
Yes, you're
There
right.
wouldn't be, it wouldn't be it would all have already been paid. Correct?
Right, because technically if they don't pay, if we change it and they don't pay within 7 days, they lose the room
They lose
anyway.
it, so the 24,
So
okay.
the 24 hours would
Groups
be.
who owe balance will not,
Okay, so that third bullet point, we're just gonna strike?
Yeah, and then groups who owe a balance will be able
Won't be
to.
able to rent a room. till
Yes.
it's paid.
So we just need to add one more point that said payment will be made 7 days prior, 7 calendar days.
Well, that's go, add that to the payment thing
Right.
that-
Yeah.
on page 19.
Gotcha.
Are our fees comparable to other libraries?
They're more in line now than they were because we've raised them.
We raised them?
Yeah,
Oh,
we've raised them a couple of times.
okay.
We could raise them again if you.
But, no, I was just curious.
So where are we gonna add, where do you think it would be?
All fees are payable by check, cash check or credit
Yeah, okay,
debit card 7 calendar days prior to the
okay.
scheduled event.
For the sake of minute cleanliness,
Yes,
can we revisit this next month? Because this is like a lot of changes to,
sure,
if you don't mind.
yep,
So we're gonna table this until next month.
Can we just, yeah, revisit it next month?
yes.
Well, change the wording and then we'll vote on
Yeah.
it next one.
Okay, so Annie made a motion that we table it till
She
next
doesn't
month
remember right.
when it's, is that right,
Do you
Annie?
want to be secretary? Yes.
Okay, do
I'm
I,
Okay.
right to wine.
do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, that would be Mike. Any other changes? And certainly if you think of anything, we can, you
Oh,
can,
yeah.
let
Probably
Jennifer
the
know.
most changed policy.
I'll talk to
that we
Andy
have.
about that 7
Yeah.
days prior to the special
Okay.
event. So if he has any feedback.
Yes,
I
that's a
can-
great
It's
idea.
the largest part of our revenue with as much.
Okay,
as-
then, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstain? Okay, motion carries.
I do have a question,
Yes.
just so I can know better for next time.
Absolutely. Good question.
What's the main point of the fee? Is it to make money, or is it to hold people accountable, or is it because other libraries do?
So when we first opened, we didn't charge. And then in you were on the board, was it 2014?
Yeah, but don't ask me about
2014.
dates. Yeah.
I think it was around 2015. I know it had to do with the salary comp study where all the library employees got large increases in salary, but they weren't supported by the city. And the director at the time was looking for ways to kind of recoup.
Okay.
And so this was one way because it brings in about $5,000 a year. I mean,
Okay.
it's
Wouldn't you also say most of these are being done by businesses, profit
a
organizations?
lot. But we also have a lot of we have the Girl Scout
The Scouts.
troops and different organizations that use it.
And we have do we have a lower fee for them?
Yes,
Okay.
And that I actually changed because in the beginning it was
flat, yeah.
the rate was the same for business, for profit and profit, for profit and nonprofit. And so I actually changed it because we had a lot of nonprofits who were like, we can't afford, we can't afford this.
Well, that's
We're
why I was
a
asking
nonprofit.
about, when to pay or when to not. Because if the main impetus is because we want the money, then I'm going to be more lenient towards, or more voting towards, okay, let's set up, give us the money. But if it's just, we just want this just to fall in line or just to hold
No,
people
I
accountable,
think
then I'm going to be like, well, then I don't really
When
care.
you look
we
at what
get
has to
paid.
happen with the meeting rooms, right?
Yeah,
you-
the
you've
people
got-
have to
you've
set
got
'em up.
setup,
Yeah.
so now you
Yeah.
got
There's
a
a
people
lot of-
cost, you got possibly cleanup,
Yeah.
things like that you have to do, so it's a wear and tear, I think it's like maintenance on your car.
Yeah, well, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to figure out what the main point of it is, and that would maybe sway with the way I voted. But
Right.
no, it makes sense. I'm not
Yeah.
saying abolish fees. I was trying to figure out where
Like where we're
what the
coming
main
from.
impetus is
Yeah.
for the fees.
So are there any libraries in Mictlis that have meeting room space that do not charge at all?
TOSA.
Okay.
I know that's one
Well, with Joseph.
because I know.
Yeah, because you know someone
Sick of that.
intimately who
That
works
library
there.
director is crazy.
When in doubt, say
I know,
Wauwatosa.
Cudahy, yeah. Cudahy charges, Oak Creek charges.
But
I
see,
don't
unless
know
we're gonna
about
make a
Greenville.
decision on whether we charge or not fees for the meeting rooms,
Yeah.
we probably shouldn't have the conversation on that, because we have a conversation on whether we should charge fines. So let's spend a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was
Okay.
just curious. Okay, so,
We could increase the meeting room charges to pay for
The fines.
fines.
Could
no, we're
charge-
getting rid of hoopla.
$1,000.
We could charge this group.
We could.
Charge
We
the
could have
library board?
rave parties.
And I, reading that, I know you saw that, like, if, the health department wants to use it, they're not charged at all.
City
So city
departments.
departments, that kind of
The
thing.
schools
So
are not
Yeah.
charged. We have
they have to
some,
reserve them, but, so there's,
We're not gonna break the record.
the IRS will do census training here. We don't.
Yep.
Not even close.
All right. Any other comments or questions about that? Okay. All right, now we will move on to the discussion and possible action regarding fine-free libraries on page 21. Jennifer can explain
Well,
that chart to us.
this list is the one that Steve sent me, and this is fines paid everywhere. So,
You gotta tell me what this item location is.
Yeah.
oh,
I
that
need a
doesn't
key.
matter. That doesn't matter. That doesn't
Really?
matter. It's
I
the
don't think so.
bottom.
I just learned what it is today, though, Mike.
Yeah.
No, no. If it,
It's the bottom. It's
you know,
the
if it
bottom
doesn't
number
matter, I'm
right
just
here.
Yeah.
curious as to why we have the breakdown there.
This is the chart Steve sent me, and
Okay.
I just
It's,
So
it's
basically
his,
copy and pasted it into the.
it's
So we
his-
want to look at that very bottom line,
Yeah.
the
The
total
very
line.
bottom is the only one we
Okay.
care about.
Okay.
And so he left out, obviously, on that one side, he left out everything that was adult. So everything from 10Y down to 10YPB are all the children's and young adult materials.
Okay.
So the 10,000 out of the 22,528.15 that were collected, that fines that are collected everywhere, not just Franklin.
Oh,
So it isn't, so we know, Alan and I know because of the spreadsheet, we know we collected about what, 18 something?
18, yeah.
18,000. So that just tells us that 4,000 are being paid at other libraries.
oh, okay, but it's all Franklin materials.
That's Franklin Materials.
Gotcha.
Because there was really no way.
Yeah, that
Do we
would be
know what
hard.
the children's is?
Well, children's out of that is 10,714.95. Again,
It's not all paid
it's
here.
not all paid here. However, it's
That whole
it
amount
gives
is
you a
in the
ballpark.
22,000.
It gives you a little bit of a ballpark. It's probably in the neighborhood of 8,000,
Okay.
8,500.
And we don't know of that 22,500. Like, that's how much we get every year.
No.
No, that's how much the whole every
Yeah, yeah.
library
I
takes
guess-
in for
I guess my
Franklin
ask-
Materials.
Is from last time too. Some of the fees that we collect is not on Franklin stuff.
Right.
Do we know how much we collect on non-Franklin stuff?
No.
Or is there a way of knowing?
There might
Because
be.
every
I
time we
can ask
keep throwing
Steve.
out that figure, it's
No.
not a true figure.
It's not.
The 18,000 that we collect is not our stuff, but I guess,
It's mostly our stuff.
It's mostly.
What we know is that we collect 18,000, we bill 22,525, so that differential is between what we collect from other libraries, what other libraries collect from us. If we say it's $4,000, are they collecting $10,000 of our fines, and we're collecting $6,000 of theirs?
Right.
Thus, we get to the 18,000.
right,
Wait, I think I said that exactly backwards.
I knew what you were getting at. though.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be nice to see that,
Yeah.
but that would be a
Je-
very
Jennifer,
detailed,
you
and I
had
don't
that.
know who has those numbers.
What's
Like,
that?
you gave us that at one time, a meeting or two back, where we had the breakdown of,
I can't remember what month that was in.
all the libraries. I don't know if that was
June?
just billed or collected.
I boosted, is that $30? It was a book from West Dallas, but I paid it here in Franklin, so we made money off of me this month.
Can I ask a question while you're looking at that?
Yeah.
If I was looking at your report, the Lucky Day,
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up.
if we kill Hoopla,
Yeah.
can we justify at least killing children's fines to start?
That's what I was
And
gonna
seeing how
suggest,
that-
yeah. Goes over.
Goes over?
With this, at the, with people who are concerned about us going fine free.
Right.
That
Cause I know
definitely
this
would-
is like not a perfect time to do it, but if we do something like that, Jennifer,
Yeah.
is that feasible?
Yeah, because we may put a little extra into overdrive though to make up for the
Sure.
But it's not gonna be, what do we spend on? Hoopla?
eighteen to $19,000.
There you go. I make a motion.
Right, and Jennifer and I have already talked about that exact
Sorry,
scenario.
make a motion.
Yes,
I make a motion that we discontinue Hoopla. And with the proceeds from that, use it to offset killing children's fines.
Hoopla is not on the agenda.
Yeah, we can't vote on it. So we have to table it.
But isn't it open for discussion?
it's open for discussion, and then we can
Okay, so that's.
gather
Actually,
more data.
That's
and
Actually, if things
Annie's
aren't on the
suggestion.
agenda, you shouldn't be
Pardon?
discussing.
Discussion and possible action regarding fine-free libraries.
Yes, not Hoopla.
Well, but that is part of the discussion on how we can
Strategy.
Well, then you've opened up the whole financial statement to discuss absolutely everything and anything. No, Hoopla is not on the agenda.
Well, we'd have to table it.
Well, there
Yeah.
are things that are available to. I guess we could brainstorm ideas to offset the decrease in revenue from fines. Yes.
I think we can do that.
Right.
Like put a jar out and say, we're not collecting children's fines, but you can make a donation.
I think that is a great, even
Well,
some,
since we're talking about getting rid of Hoopla so that we can eliminate children's fines, are we making a decision that that's what we want to do, and then at the next meeting, we can decide how we're gonna do it?
That's,
That
that sounds
seems
more
to
like
make the
two
most
movements.
sense.
He doesn't want to have this in this meeting relative to Hoopla, which I agree. Okay, so we're not gonna make a decision as to how we're gonna do it, but let's make a decision, because we can't have that on the agenda, as to whether or not we agree that we are going to eliminate children's fines, and then this is how we're gonna do it, will be in the next meeting.
oh, I see.
I miss Judy Williams Collect.
I did tell Lauren she had to take over for her, and she was agreeable. So Annie, do
And
you
she's
want to?
national.
Yeah, did you want to amend your motion to
I
just
wanna
move?
rescind my motion.
Okay.
How can I make a motion now?
Well,
I have a better idea.
to, I guess you could
Maybe JW.
move to go fine free, and then like Mike said, next month we discuss the how. Or do we want to just table do you want to just move to table the whole thing?
I move. But then we're gonna have to put
I know.
Hoopla in September and then Fine Free in October.
No,
No.
I don't think so. We can just, we
I
put
move
it
we
as,
table the discussion and possible action regarding Fine Free libraries to September,
okay.
which I have typed for the last 6 months. Second?
I'll second that. Any other questions or comments?
I do. Why,
Yes.
Why can't we just decide right now that we want to go?
That's why I was
fine-free,
asking
and
Annie.
then next week we can, or next month,
Next month.
we debate how we're going to pay for it.
That was my
Because
suggestion.
that was the agenda item, was to discussion possible action on going fine free. So if we decide that we would like to go fine free on children's books, that can be something we can do today.
Right.
And then next month, then we
We
talk
can
about how we're going to fund the lost revenue that we have from children's fines.
I am, oh, we haven't got a motion yet, so.
Well, we
can't
do have a
We have
motion
my motion.
To,
to table it.
Defeat my motion, then. but
Okay,
I think that's a bad idea with the budget.
ah,
I think that's, I
you
think,
don't want that,
I think it should be boom, boom.
That we do them together.
Because we're gonna go in there, if somebody takes a look at our minutes, and I think it's a bad idea at this September, October.
Mhm.
I think if we do it.
together, and we have a
it should be
plan
To say-
paid for.
with
Yeah.
the
To say we
motion.
are going to do this, but this
Yeah.
is how we're going to pay for it.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's just my, so I'm perfectly fine if you wanna defeat my motion. I'm not offended,
oh,
but I just think it
you're,
should.
you're just withdrawing your motion.
Yeah.
Right?
Or-
Possibly.
possibly. Well, if you don't feel
That's just my, that's
Right.
my, with
with
what we're
the
facing
facing
in the next
in
2
the
months.
citywide budget,
I don't think we should postpone doing it, but I agree that we have to put the hoopla thing on the agenda, but I think it should be boom, boom, and done. Instead of, okay, we're gonna do it, and then next month we're gonna figure out how we're gonna pay for it. Cause I don't think that's gonna go down very well.
Oh, no, it's not.
Not this month and not next month, but if we.
Well, then we have to have the wording of the item in the agenda for next month.
Yeah.
To be both voting whether or
Yeah.
not we
Yes,
go fine
okay.
free and also the budget implications.
Yes.
Yeah, so
And,
that's
and
my.
I think if we
feeling.
throw out on the agenda also, and look for what opportunities we can to recoup that money, such as hoopla.
right?
As an example, now we've opened it up to discuss where can we go to get the money from.
Okay. So the motion on the table is that we table this discussion until next month. That is the current motion.
Right, and we already had a second.
And we
right?
already had a second.
Okay, so why don't we?
So, all in favor of,
No,
All in
no,
favor?
well, there might be discussion, on it, but what is, what are we tabling?
We're
The,
tabling
We're
this
tabling
current
The
item.
This-
action on regarding fine-free libraries.
this agenda item. Agenda item 7A, the
we're
motion
tabling
is
the
to table
discussion about
agenda.
fine-free libraries.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I just
Yeah,
need to know.
no, I know, yeah, for sure.
That's okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, anybody opposed or abstained? Motion carries, and we will work on that wording for that, for next month. Okay.
Thanks,
Jason
Lily.
is not here, so there, unless Jennifer.
He did give me
Oh,
a-
okay, so.
I'm just gonna read his email.
Yep,
In terms of city issues directly or indirectly impacting the library, the building of the budget is the biggest item as it sits. Next month, we'll begin the heavy lifting within the finance committee. So that's his report.
okay.
And the finance committee meeting that was supposed to be held tomorrow was canceled.
Yes,
So,
and it was canceled because there was like no new information or progress or anything new on the budget, so
Okay.
there's nothing we can do. It's on the city's end that they're still working on it and don't have anything new, so the finance committee meeting. I believe that those 3 meetings, are still scheduled for September 23rd, 25th, 29th, actually there's 4 meetings, and October 1st. And we will be told at which one the library budget will be discussed. And so we will plan on, whoever from the finance committee, Jennifer, myself can be there. Okay. Anything else, city? No.
No.
Okay. And then, I didn't receive an update from Amanda. Okay, so there's no update on the Franklin Public Schools. And then no report from me because I think we covered it just with the reminders of the finance committee and stuff. So no report from me. So moving on to agenda item 11, Jennifer's report.
So since right after I typed up my monthly report. We got a resignation from a shelver, which was not unexpected. Not unexpected. We were, so we're looking for either opening it up or covering the hours some other way, so, that's,
Was it a shelver that worked, how many hours did this particular shelver?
10.
Oh, 10, okay, because I know some work 4, some work,
yeah.
okay.
If you notice, the heat's on and the humidity level's down to like 50. I think when
Yeah.
I looked at it this morning, it was 55%. So
That's
we'll
encouraging.
take it. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the deal with the microbial buildup?
Yeah, that's what I call it.
She doesn't want to say the N
Oh.
word.
So it's been taken care of. So we detected some areas that of concern, and I emailed Joe and Kelly from the city and CC'd Lauren from the health department, and then Kelly got Johnson Controls involved, and they came and cleaned.
And it has not
It has not
re-emerged.
reemerged.
Well, and now it shouldn't be a problem because the furnace
Right,
is gonna be.
right.
So,
Let's
Yeah.
dry this place out.
so they're supposed to be picking up the dehumidifiers, and hauling those away, so. It helps too, I think that's drier outside.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Solar, we continue to save money, so I'm continuing to monitor it, but I think we're not even done with the light project. And,
Hmm.
Do you remember off the top of your head how much the solar thing cost?
I'd have to look at the,
Ballpark?
it was like we would recoup the savings after like
18 years.
20 years or something like that, so.
That's surprising. Most of the paybacks on residential is 8 to 10.
Yeah, the library's a energy hog.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well, they cut back the number of panels they were willing to put on top of the
Yeah.
library too.
Mhm. They halved it, so.
Yeah,
Wow,
Yeah, so,
okay.
What's the reason for
Um,
that again?
money.
money.
Money. So like $100,000 probably, right?
That sounds about
That
right.
sounds about right.
Is it something we could add to in the future if we wanted?
Oh, I'm sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But the panels were $100,000?
I'd have to look at the original,
That and the installation.
the installation and
Oh,
everything.
plus installation.
Yeah.
Because I would say if we save $4,000 a month, that's $48,000 a year. We're gonna pay off $100,000 in a whole lot sooner than 20 years.
Maybe, yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
maybe it was 10 years. I'd have to look at the,
Okay.
I talked about the LED lighting, so I won't
Mhm.
go on. The self-checks are working.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
I know, it only took me 3 months and lots and lots and lots of emails and phone calls
Can
and,
you speak Australian now?
yeah.
Hoopla, we talked about Hoopla at the library director meeting. A lot of the libraries are probably gonna get rid of it, so we're not gonna be the only one.
Mhm.
The postcard campaign was good.
Mhm.
Summer reading is done, and we had better numbers than last year, so we're happy. Trunk or treat, God, I'm getting really warm in here now.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, giddy up.
So trunk
Yeah,
or
and you're
treat,
sitting here with- Figuring it was gonna be cold.
so speak up if you have any issues, I could put it on next month's agenda if we have to, but, we wanna close the whole parking lot at 1 PM. And keep it closed, because last year we had people driving through after the event had started, and it's just, there's so many kids, I mean, it's just,
School's already
Accident
started, all the
waiting to
kids are in
happen.
school, you know.
They
to
don't
close
have
the-
school the
there's-
next day.
to Close the parking lot at 1 o'clock on a school day, I don't think it's gonna be a problem.
I mean, the library's still gonna be open, correct?
library will still be
Yeah, so people
open.
can park.
They can
Yeah.
park along the parkway.
Can park in
and-
City Hall.
And we'll put signs up, and we're gonna change the due date, so nothing will be due that day.
Right.
So, that's the big thing. And the trunk or treat planning committee will appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
The volunteer appreciation breakfast is Saturday, September 13th, so you can let me know if you're able
Maureen.
to make it,
Yeah.
or Maureen. We'd like to know by the end of this week. And then the FPL Foundation fundraiser, if you could help spread the word.
Mhm.
I'm getting ready to send out an e-newsletter to all of the people in the database that have emails about it, so.
Okay, I'm just saying, but that RSVP said September 6th for the volunteer, the invitation.
Oh, did it really?
It did.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Then that's staff that we asked to tell us by the end of
Okay.
this week.
Because I
Sorry,
I
so,
brought it
yeah,
with
you're
me,
right.
But, okay,
Nope, you're right.
okay.
And I know Alan can go, but,
Oh, and happy anniversary, by the
Well,
way.
thank you.
Yeah.
so that's it for that. And then FPL at a glance, we had another good month.
Yeah.
Our July this year beat July of last year in almost every category. So that's it.
Oh, so that e-news under marketing awareness has been at
Yeah.
0 for about 3 years now? It
No, about
doesn't really.
8 months.
It's been longer than that.
You
Because
said,
I sent one
Okay.
out, I sent that one out last.
Oh, okay, all right.
fall.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no.
Do we want to eliminate
so-
that? It doesn't
no,
matter.
No, because we're gonna start it up again. So
Okay.
Deb Merritt is gonna come and train all
Gotcha.
staff. See, I was the only one who was trained, and I just,
Gotcha, okay.
yeah, yeah. So she's gonna come out and train all staff so that we can
All
all
do-
contribute.
Great.
to the-
Okay.
Did you get it?
Alrighty, anything else? Any questions for Jennifer? All right. Terry, do you have a Colland report?
Well, there is a report that, there's no formal report,
Okay.
but it's a little bit of an odd situation because our group is one of the members of the grouping here in this county, which is
Yes.
the only one county division like that. Now, these other, all the groups and so forth are separate entities. And so this was bound together by agreement that all of the 16 or 17 divisions in
Systems.
Wisconsin
Yeah, the systems.
systems. And so the question it raises is, well, we could have, if you, as library director, give us this information, it's like, well, really, what have we done for people all over the state? Which would be, something like, would there be something that we'd, get something a little more formal than it seems to be for each of these 16 or 17 groups? I can't remember, you said the number and I forgot. But just this question of, well, what really do we need to do, and how interested would they be to have Colland, just get this out to all the groups, or have it available to the groups more formally, or how would they want to do it? And it sounded not that bad, and not that complicated. But now it's like, well, what difference does it make to have Franklin? Franklin can, you can't, anyone who's on one of these Milwaukee County, the various libraries,
Wow.
can get, can get the information, and it's like, well, what other information is going out? I don't know how, I haven't noticed.
I mean,
that.
I don't ever get I don't get information about Colon meetings at all. I'm assuming Steve Heiser
Uh-huh.
at the system level does,
Yeah.
but I don't get any Colon information. So I mentioned to Terry, we can either not have it on the agenda or find a different way to, instead of Terry giving my
Right.
understanding, instead of you
Yeah.
giving the report every other month.
If it's gonna be done informally, and it's not really a problem to anybody, it's just that no one has taken that as their job,
Yeah.
and so.
And we have Terry on the agenda just because he happens to be a
Be
board
on
member
Colon,
here.
but, I mean.
But other libraries don't
Mhm.
have Colland reports on their
Right.
agenda because, yeah,
So we don't,
it's not something that filters typically down to local library boards
Oh,
And like the communication from Colin doesn't come down this far. We just happen to have a Colin member on our board. So the information like comes down maybe as far as you said Steve, maybe, or somebody.
I'm guessing that the
in
system
Mickless and
members
somebody in
get-
Bridges gets a Colin report, but it doesn't necessarily filter down to the
Right.
local library boards.
Right.
And
But-
is that because things that they would have a conversation about would just be at that level? It would be at a system level as opposed to down to libraries?
Apparently, yeah.
It
it's not
doesn't
like-
get that granular.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like in an election, you know, a little
Mhm.
bit, it's like that, it's like, well, you know, it would kind of stand with things that, yeah, everybody would have a chance, or everybody's representative could find out what's going on at the central.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, actually, like you, or there'll be people who can, if they're interested, they can get it. And
Sure.
apparently, I don't know for sure. Are people grumbling that, well, we should get more of this information
Right.
and that kind of stuff, but, they don't.
Well, or if it gets down to the level of, let's say, whoever in Mickless has been designated to get this information, if it's something that needs to come
It would
to the library level,
It would come
they
through the
make that
system.
correct.
come from at the LDAC meeting.
Like there was a time a number of years ago where there were updated library standards.
Correct.
So it's like, okay, well, when those come through, we'd love to hear them, but up until that point, it's just that there wasn't
Right. Right.
any need to get any
Yeah.
information.
I mean, Colin does, their agendas and their minutes are on the website. Anybody can go in and look if they're interested, but they're kind of like, when I looked today anyway, the last minutes they had were March. So they meet every other
July
month.
11th, 2025, I'm looking at it right now.
Did they post them? They have
Yeah.
minutes or just the agenda? I didn't see minutes. I saw the agendas for.
Oh, I don't have access.
Oh. But anyway, so they are a little bit behind
Sure.
on their minutes,
Okay.
but
Oh, yeah, you're
anybody
right.
who's
I'm sorry.
anybody who's interested
Yeah,
can
they've
go
got
to the
they've got a
Colin
main
website and
agenda,
look at it.
but they don't have minutes
No
on them in
minutes.
March.
So
So are you asking us as a board if we're comfortable getting that information through whatever channel it comes through instead of a report from you directly?
If it works to get this, first of all, I guess it looks at somebody's actually gonna look at these things first.
Right.
Not first, but if we find out after a short time that really nobody's making much of that, and everybody's, and a lot of people have someone in library land, all right, obviously, and then, so if there's something interesting coming along, maybe it's just being less formally done,
Right,
so
right.
it wouldn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, if there's anything important, it will work. It's like we said, it'll work its way down.
Yeah, is there a channel to work things back up to it though? That would be the flip side of it. Like, are libraries aware, like are other library boards aware that Colin exists and they can escalate things to a different entity that would take it
Well, you
down?
would think that conversation would go on based on the relationship
Correct.
between the
Yeah.
thing in the system.
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm just looking through the agenda here, and it's one of the things it talks about is innovation, actively and thoughtfully monitor trends, developments, and challenges in modern library services. That's like a system level thing. It's that each individual library doesn't need to do that.
Right. Yeah.
But if you're like more urban rather than suburban, if
Right.
you're big city, rural, right, those conversations take place up there, and then everybody can possibly benefit,
Correct. Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's more 30,000 foot view.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for providing us all this information up to this point, for sure.
Well, sometimes it's that thing of, this might be a good idea, but
Right.
maybe I should just let
Yeah.
somebody else think about it.
Right.
So,
Right. I hear you. All righty.
Can I just clarify one thing?
I was gonna say, any other questions or
So
comments?
so you're not gonna give Colin reports anymore?
Guess we're kind of,
I don't have a problem with it, I just
Yeah.
wanna,
Let's say, I don't think we made that it's in the minutes, I think, but I don't, maybe we stated as a policy that we're gonna go on with this continually. I think it's more just to get the feel for some of this.
Okay.
So if we could just leave it at that,
We
that would be.
we could say if Terry feels there's something that comes up that needs to, you can always tell
Right.
me.
Mhm.
Well, that's true. It could be
Mhm.
built into,
You just tell me if
Yeah.
there is something that does need to be talked about.
So
And
going
then I
forward.
can put it on there.
put it in the,
Mhm.
okay. It would be more of an agenda item
Right.
rather than a report. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, Jennifer will be sending out a meeting, to schedule a meeting for the Personnel Committee, coming up in the next few weeks. So you and Lauren will look for that.
Okay.
And then our next meeting is September 22nd. Does anybody know right off the top of their heads that that's not going to work for them? Okay. September 22nd. You gallivanting the globe, Annie? Starting early?
No, I'll be in Canada, but I think I'm coming back that morning, so I should be
Oof,
okay.
okay.
I'll let you know if,
All right.
but
Well,
then
I'll
again,
put you
I'm
as
just
a-
gonna go ahead and make a motion that we adjourn at 7:01 PM.
All right, Annie and Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed or abstained? Motion carries.
7:01 p.m.
7:01.
Pardon?
How you doing?